today's video we're going to talk about if you want to play hand traps or board breakers. So I just got all the board breakers that came to my mind in here, and yeah, we're just going to talk about them. And of course you can see like these are all the main hand traps that are played right now. Also Crow and Shifter are really played right now, and the Bestials. The other ones are just like random hand traps that can in niche scenarios be really good, but of course like Lancia is super good against Flanderies, but of course you wouldn't cite this in just for Flanderies. So yeah, then we've got the board breakers. Like this is not that played right now, but Droplet sees play really often. Eclipse sees play Dark Ruler in the side deck most of the time. Talents is really good because it's like a pseudo hand trap counter, but also a board breaker. And these also see play in the side deck. And Santa Claus sees play in the Tempai deck. And yeah, Lightning Storm, back removal. Fenrir is really good right now. Pancratops also sees play because it can out skill drain. And the anti-spell fragrance. And what I want you to see with that is that even though if you play against Snake Eyes and you have like Veiler, Imperm, Ash in your hand, you probably win the game. But the problem with this is that like one Droplet is worth more than like one Veiler, because if you Veiler the Ash, they go Diabelster, and then yeah, it's the same combo. That's why I do think that board breakers are especially stronger when you want to play not 18 non-engine slots, because you, for example, play in Snake Eyes, if you play the Kashtira engine, then you have Raid Softs, you have Unicorns, Birth, Fenrir, and then you, for example, if you activate Raid Soft, at Fenrir at Unicorn, and then you have like you activate Droplet and send the Raid Soft and the Fenrir, and that way you pretty much have two cards. I mean, theoretically you have 3 cards to send for free with the Fenrir for the Droplet, and that makes your Droplet so much better, because Droplet on its own can definitely help you out the Snake Eyes board, especially if they go like Flamberge effect and get IP and then go into SP, and then you just negate the Apo and the SP. And also you can then just special summon Unicorn and then get Birth summon back Fenrir, and then you pretty much lost almost no value. So if you don't want to play 18 hand traps, then just go for board breakers, play Talents, play Droplets, play Kashtira cards. And that's just one example where you definitely should go for board breakers instead of the hand trap approach. But of course, if you want to play cross outs, if you want to if you play against a deck, like what's a good example, maybe like the Red Raptor deck, which puts out 3 towers which can't be interacted with, then you activate Raigeki and nothing happens. Of course you then want to have hand traps, but do you expect to play against board breaker, against Raid Raptor, just like in a big event? This just really would be really weird if you play against this. So I think if you want to play cards like Prosperity, Kashtira cards, or like if you like know that the deck you play against Droplet is super good against, also the Mind Control, like if you target Appaloosa, take it. Oh, what did I do? The Snatch Steals just disappeared, but whatever. So if you just get the Appaloosa, then you pretty much almost broke their board, because you can just use the Appaloosa to negate the Promethean Princess and the Flamberge effect in Grave, and the Flamberge effect to get out the IP. You can also negate the IP, so there are just many interactions where you can just with one board breaker and more engine just win on the spot. So that's why I do really like the board breaker approach right now. Of course, if you have like Ashe, Veiler, and Imperm against a Snake Eyes player who has like Diabelster and Ashe, then you probably win. But then maybe he has like also 3 hand traps, and then you start, and then you get hand trapped. And with the board breaker approach, you can first you can use the droplet to dodge hand traps, and second you can use your opponent's cards with like cards of Mind Control and Change of Heart to link into cards like Heater and the Dark to get like your opponent's Diabelster to trigger and then get your engine into play. So there are many ways to use the board breakers to your advantage in for example Snake Eyes, but also in other decks. And that's why I really like to play the board breakers more. But is there really a finite answer that one is better or the other is better? It almost always depends on what you are expecting. So if you expect your opponent to play like more board breakers, like if you, for example, play against Tempai and you expect that your opponent plays Lightning Storms and Dusters, then it would be really weird if you play a lot of board breakers, because especially cards like Book of Eclipse and Droplet you have to set if you go first, and then your opponent will just wipe them out, and then they're pretty much gone and you lost your interaction. But on the other side, if you had hand traps like Ashe and Veiler, then you could just use them right there. Of course, Tempai is a bad example, because if they activate the field spell and you Veiler them, it's really hard to use your Veiler at that point. But what I want to say with that is that you really have to look at the format, and if you expect your opponent to, or if you expect a deck that's really vulnerable to board breakers, then play board breakers. But of course, if you know for fact that you only have like 12 non-engine slots in your deck, and you know that the deck, for example Snake Eye, does not lose to drawing 1 hand trap or maybe even 2, then you should definitely not play hand traps, because what if you just lose if you only draw 1 hand trap? So yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and have a nice day.